I had been meaning to read this for weeks, but had honestly kept forgetting because I had so many digital things to read from my library. Thank God for my library. But this I actually purchased, so I finally decided to read it today, and it was so cute that I wanted to talk about it immediately. I read it in probably less than 40 minutes, possibly 30 minutes, just because it was so cute and so good. And so, for anyone who went into this fairly blind like I did, I just loved the cover art and what little I knew of the premise, which is a rich girl has amnesia, has no idea who she had chosen to be her future husband, and four alleged boyfriends show up, and now she has to figure out which she was actually in love with and whom she has allegedly chosen to be her actual fiance. So supposedly we have a childhood best friend, a hotshot whom she is arranged to be married to, a quiet admirer who is actually a top model, and an alleged con artist, because that's how he identifies himself. I believe that all four young men, even though it's not specified in this volume, that everyone is likely to be in their early 20s. I do believe that all four are in love with her to some extent. If I had to narrow it down to, as of right now, who I think she was legitimately in love with, like returned their feelings, I would probably go with either the one that she is arranged to marry, or Mr. Alleged con artist, because he surprisingly seems to know her pretty well, or at least he's really running a good con in that respect. The one who seems to legitimately romantically love her is probably the model, Key. So he's just openly romantic with her. The one that she's arranged to be married to says he doesn't have romantic feelings for her, or at least tries to tell her that. And yet, when it comes time to show what he's made of, it seems like he does have feelings for her. And in terms of the childhood best friend, I also think he has feelings for her, but I get the feeling that she's never seen him as more than her childhood best friend. So I'd be really surprised if by the end of this series, that's who she wanted to marry. And it might be just for fun that she'll remember who she intended or who she thought she loved, and by the end of the series, maybe she'll be in love with a completely different young man. I think this series has a lot of potential. It's super cute. I'm loving the art so far. And, I don't know if it's my millennial eyes starting to fail me or what, but I also really appreciate that the lettering is like large, and I'm trying not to show too much of anything in terms of panels to not have a lot of spoilers, but I wanted to show anyone who might be hesitating to get a physical copy that the lettering is nice and large and clear to read, because I don't know if others have had the same issue lately with some physical manga, but the lettering choices in some manga recently have been difficult for me to read. Like, as much as I love the aesthetic of DN Angel, I found it hard to read some of the dialogue panels. It was at times difficult to read due to lettering choices. So for anyone who might be hesitant to pick something up because, oh, what if the lettering is small or like otherwise difficult to read? This one is pretty nice and clear, yet concise to read in terms of the lettering. So if you're looking for a cute rom-com that as of right now isn't taking itself too seriously, and I don't imagine that it will with a premise like this that has been handled like this, this is definitely one to consider and one to try to pick up. I've loved it so far, and I would highly recommend it.